detention for 3 years. Then he has to find a job with a criminal record. So he becomes a consultant like most of these hackers do. And he finds himself in a South African organization called Duncan Corporation, who think they're being hacked. And he has to find the hacker. He gets mixed up then with an international gangster by the name of Jack Divaldi.
Yeah.
And he now finds out that Jack Divaldi is up to taking over organizations by force, murder, extortion, anything that is required. He's the only one who can stop him. To stop him, he's got a hack, which is illegal, and he's already suffered for. And if he stops him, he's probably going to cause more deaths and so on. So he uses his hacking skills.
Balance.
Yeah, that's right. So he uses his skills, and he does stop him. But he breaks up the crime empire, but he's still vulnerable because...
For sure.
Sure. And with his girlfriend, Kat. Yes, who's the niece of the guy who owns Durban Corporation. They're now being chased.
And they globetrot between Johannesburg, New York, and the Greek islands. Cybercrime is such a real problem. It's such a real crime, and more we're dealing with the effects of it on a day-to-day basis, whether it's identity, whether it's ATM crime, whether it's internet-related crime. That's really what makes the story so real, isn't it?
That's right. It's becoming more and more prominent. Crooks use the internet, but not too many people write about it. I discovered that there are not too many books about it, and there are not too many books about guys who stop crooks using laptops instead of shoulder holsters.
Mm. Yeah. Why do we like Ethan so much? I mean, he's a criminal. I mean, but there's an entrepreneurial spirit to him. Why do we like Ethan? Why do we gravitate towards him? I
suppose it's because he's trying to do the right thing. And when it becomes illegal to do the right thing, then he has a moral dilemma. And in this particular case, he goes for the illegal but right solution.
In 2013, in July, in an interview with Books Live, you talked about the phenomenon of the fact that it's become an everyday part of our lives, crime, and cybercrime for that matter. But there's not a lot of books that deal with the subject matter.
No. I did a quick count not so long ago on Amazon, and I found there were about 130,000 books on crime, and there were only about 50 on cybercrime, which of course is a subgenre of crime.
When I read the book, I have this feeling that Ethan Scott is going to live on in other series. Do you plan to develop the character across more than one book?
I certainly do, but it's fashionable to do a trilogy these days. So I've left this at the end of this book a little ambiguous, and I've finished the second one. I'm busy in the revision cycle, revise.
There's a nice pace you strike here. I mean, there's a nice balance between the characters, the flow, how the images leap off the pages from one to the next. What is the formula for getting that action sequences and getting that pace right? Do you have a formula?
Well, you've got to think it through beforehand. You've got to know your characters, you've got to know your plots, and you've got to work your way through the plots in such a way that the pace is maintained. And you've got to write with as few words as possible.
Neil Duffy, we're going to leave it there, but thank you very much for joining me here in studio. That is author of Dire Consequences, Neil Duffy, talking to us about his debut offering. It is available in all good stores. Go and check it out. It is a great gift if you're looking for something to buy for family and friends. We take an ad break. You don't go anywhere.